Hello and welcome to Traditional Painting the Digital Way. This is where I use digital painting apps to teach traditional painting techniques. In this video, we're going to continue painting the butterflies in the grass, and I'm going to show you again what happens as you mess up and how you can change it and fix it. And if you're following along traditionally, then check out part 1 where I have a list of all the paint and materials that I use when I'm using acrylics. And the app that we're using is Infinite Painter for Android. And here I'm working on this butterfly. And so I originally was painting it as it's flying upside down so that it's like headed towards the ground or something, or fixing to land on another flower or something like that. And so I went ahead and painted it that way. And I've added some darker orange and some lighter orange to the wings to give it kind of a look of the veining. And then I'm using the thin hairbrush in Infinite Painter to kind of get the look of the veins on the wing and try to get it to spread out, the paint to spread out and look like it has little tiny veins on the butterfly wings. And then here I'm working on the body, and the body is black. And if you're following along traditionally, you can use your script brush or your number 3 round for this. And take your black paint and throw in a little bit of blue or brown just to kind of give it some depth so that it doesn't look as flat. And then here I added a little bit of gray onto the body of the butterfly to give it the look of the fine hair, I guess, that's on the butterfly body. It's some kind of hair, butterfly hair or whatever it is. And it's not, I'm not being very scientific here, but you know, look it up on the internet and see what all they have on their bodies. Here I put some antennas, and then I've got some of the little veins, trying to put the little veins in and just correct the edges of the shape of the butterfly and put the dark around the edges, and just trying to get kind of a look of him floating in the air. And so then I zoomed out and I looked at it, and I decided I would put another butterfly in so that we would have a odd number of butterflies. Usually when you're painting, they tell you not to use even. The experts, the people that paint a lot, it's kind of a rule that you want odd numbers of things there, just because even kind of makes it monotonous. But you don't have to. It's just painting, and you can do whatever you want to with it. So if you just want 4 butterflies or 2 butterflies, then you can put an even number there. It's just that it kind of, an odd number sort of scatters the eye and directs it around the painting, and it might add more interest to it and not look quite as monotonous, and so people will look longer perhaps at your painting because it's got a odd number of objects in it. So here I'm just kind of working on this butterfly and trying to get the color. It's kind of a pale pinkish with a little bit of some blues and grays on it, and white on the edges. And so you can use your number 3 round brush, your script brush. Just take some cadmium red light and some white acrylic gesso if you're following along traditionally, and also paint in the veins there with the white, and add a little bit of some of the dark colors, dark gray or dark blue, dark black. Well, black is dark, but I mean black with some dark blue in it. and just put it around on the edges there to just kind of give the indication of the design that's on the butterfly. And so here I'm just kind of working on the body, trying to get it to show up a little bit better against the background. You kind of want butterflies that will show up in the background. And so that's what I was trying to do. And just kind of get the look of some brightly colored ones. And again, I was struggling with this painting because I kept not getting the colors that I wanted, the shapes that I wanted. Here in the front, I decided I need to cover up the grass. And I decided there's too many flowers. As you can see that this painting is starting to get way too busy. There's too many flowers. I added too many flowers. You can't tell that there's butterflies in it. You know, they look like flowers from a distance. The flowers are competing with the butterflies, and there's just way too much busyness going on in this painting. And so instead of just trashing the whole painting, I went ahead and started painting over a lot of the flowers. And you can do this, just paint the grass again, just go over the top of it again. And of course, if you're following along traditionally, you just paint over it. If you're doing this digitally, you can do this on a separate layer just in case it doesn't work out. But if you're doing this with traditional stuff, traditional paint, then just take a dry brush and dip some of your paint and lightly go over it first, the flowers, so that you're not completely covering them yet, to make sure you know that you didn't do something that's irreversible. But you pretty much just have to take a leap of faith and decide it's not working. And I decided it wasn't working, so I started erasing some things, and I started adding more grass color here, and I'm leaving a little bit of the color to peek through the grass. But I started using the smear button and the erase button in Infinite Painter, just trying to get something going. Sometimes it just doesn't work, and you have to stop, reevaluate, and figure out what you're going to do. And so I'm going to show you in the final part exactly what all I did. So hit the subscribe button if you want to see that. And thanks everybody for watching. Thank you so much for your support. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below, and I will catch you later.